In class 11 business studies, we are on the chapter number 9 still, and the name of chapter is internal trade. And in internal trade topic, we already completed the topics like itinerant, small-scale retailers, large-scale retailers, departmental stores, multiple shops. Yesterday we completed mail order houses. So if you want to see those videos, you can see on YouTube. Today we are going to start other large scale retailers, and in the large scale retailers, our today's topic is see already departmental stores, chain stores, means multiple shops, mail order houses we completed, and today we are going to start cooperative stores. Cooperative stores, as in the given in the name only, cooperative stores are those stores which are work on cooperative basis. See, cooperative stores, then it will be easy for you to learn. Okay, cooperative stores are the retail stores formed and run by consumers on cooperative principles. In chapter 4, forms of business organization, that is the topic, cooperative societies. Cooperative societies means those societies which are formed for the benefit to the members of the society, one vote, one person, and they distribute the profits among the members. This is an voluntary organization, we can say, willingly people can join. So these stores are owned and managed by consumers, so as to make goods available at a reasonable price. In your city also you can see various cooperative societies are working, like housing society, credit society. Okay. So here this is the society which is for consumers, that's why it is under trade. This society is formed and run for the betterment of, for the benefits to given to the consumers. And it works on cooperative principles. Cooperative principles means betterment of all the members. So these stores are owned and managed by consumers so as to make goods available at reasonable price. They purchase goods directly from the producers and sell it to their members or to the consumers. So the profit margin of intermediaries like wholesalers, retailers are eliminated. That's why they are able to supply the goods at reasonable price. Okay. Now consumers cooperative society, these stores dealing in all types of consumer goods of daily use. Daily use means grocery, stationery, dress material, etc. Generally, they deal in confectionery, grocery, or consumable items. As I told you, there are two types of goods, consumer goods and capital goods. but in the name itself given that these cooperative stores are for consumers. So these stores are for consumer goods only, like grocery, confectionery, daily need items, household items, stationery, etc. Spices, sugar, tea, pulses, wheat, rice, tea, etc. Now, consumer cooperative. Okay, you want to note down? Okay, note down. Consumers cooperative societies dealing in all types of consumer goods of daily use, such as grocery, stationery, dress material, etc. And the capital is raised by the issue of shares to the members only. Means consumer cooperative societies are established by the consumer for the consumer's benefit, and from where they will collect the capital from the members itself, and members are the consumers. Now, consumer societies management is vested in the hands of the board of directors. Means they work, see, cooperative society work on democratic system. Democratic system means they generally conduct elections, and in the elections they appointed all the members or the directors, treasurers, all are elected through election. Yes. So management is in the hands of the board of directors, and these directors are selected, elected, voted by the consumers. Okay, in their common election. And every consumer, every one person has one vote. Now it should be registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. In the chapter 4, I told you that the cooperative society have separate act in India. So it is necessary for the consumer society also to be registered under Cooperative Society Act. Otherwise, it will be illegal, and their all agreements will not be void, valid. Now, advantages. Okay. What are the advantages do you think we can get, or a common man can get, or a consumer can get from the cooperative society? Yes. First is easy to form. Note down, please. Any 10 people may come together and form a society with limited formalities. It means minimum 10 persons can join together voluntarily, willingly, and they can form a society, and very less formalities are required. Only the Indian citizen, adult, and minimum 10 can form a cooperative society under Indian Cooperative Societies Act. Okay. Now limited liability. Liability of member, liability of members is limited. Liabilities of members is limited. Yes, Tanish Malik, what do you understand by limited liability? Tanish Malik, what do you understand by limited liability? Rishi Raj, what do you understand by limited liability? In the chapter 2, we explain you in every form of business organization about limited liability. Say, limited liability means the personal property of the member will not be utilized to pay off the debts of the society. See, in case of sole proprietor and in some cases of partnership, they have unlimited liability. And in Hindu undivided family, HUF Karta also have unlimited liability. It means their personal property will also be taken or used by the organization to pay off the debts. But this is the major advantage of cooperative society, that their liabilities are limited and the personal property will not be utilized. Now next, democratic management. See, in the beginning of this topic, I told you that the cooperative society is based on democratic principle. What do you understand by democratic principles or democratic way? Yes, members are to be selected willingly on the basis of election, and those who want to be the director or want to get the post, they will be elected by the other members through election. So everyone is free to give their vote. So that's why we can say consumer cooperative societies are based on democratic principles. Other advantages, low prices, less prices. See, consumer cooperative societies provide the goods to their members who are consumers at low prices because they eliminate middlemen, they eliminate intermediaries. There is no role of wholesalers, retailers, brokers, agents, middlemen. No intermediaries. If there is no intermediaries in the distribution channel, naturally their profit margin will not be there. So the producer will supply the goods at less price, and the ultimate benefit will be to consumers only. See one by one, see how they are able to give you the products at low price. See, they purchase the goods from producers directly, consumer cooperative society, and they sell it to customers, or you can say members. In between, the role of intermediaries are not there. Generally, consumer cooperative societies purchase from wholesalers or from producers in bulk. Accordingly, they have to pay less amount, so they are getting benefits. So middleman eliminate by this way. Now, cash sales. See, no chance for bad debts due to cash and carry system. Even the cooperative society is formed by the consumers for the consumers, but no one has power to get the goods on credit basis. Okay, so generally all the members will pay the amount and carry the goods. So there will be no chance of bad debts. Then convenient location. See, large-scale retailers are usually set up in public places, in the market, in the area where the common man or the members can approach easily. Now, limitations. As we know, drawbacks are there in every point. So there is few limitations are also there. Lack of initiative. Lack of initiative means the persons who manage and work on honorary basis may not take much initiative for the success of business. What do you understand this point? See, if the sole proprietor is there, he will work for the maximization of profit. Partners will also work because they are getting part of profits. But here, the person who is managing the things on voluntary basis, elected by the other members, honorary basis means generally they don't get the part of profits. So they will not take much initiative. It depends on the person to person. He will not take much initiative for the success of business. Then it will be problem for the cooperative society. See, if the directors, treasurers and other members, elected members are not working properly, then there will be problem in consumer cooperative society. No one is ready to take initiative, then who will do the work? Then shortage of funds. Shortage of funds and money. Sources of money are less because all the contribution made by the members of the society. So it is difficult for them to raise the capital. From where they will get the fund? By the members itself. Because this is the society made by the consumers, betterment for the consumers. So the investment is made by these members of the society only. So they are not ready to contribute much because it depends on the all of members, because everyone will invest the same amount. So it is difficult to raise the capital. Then lack of patronage. All members may not be in touch with the organization regularly. See, this is the drawback that only those members who are elected will work actively. Other members, those who are not in any director's body or treasurer, or those who are not elected, common consumer will not take active part. So they are not touched with the organization. Then lack of training and expertise in the management. See, they are the consumers, not the businessman. So they don't know how to run that organization or that society. They don't have any training for running the business generally, and they are not expertise in the management, and they are unable to appoint highly qualified professionals which can be appointed by the other organizations. That is the drawback of cooperative society. They don't know how to do it, from where to buy, how to sell, how to do the marketing, how to do the sales promotion activities, how to attract the customers, how to sell the goods. They don't know generally because they are not the businessmen. They all are consumers. Then next topic is Super Bazaar, supermarket. As you know, what do you understand by supermarket? Large-scale retail stores selling a wide variety of consumer goods, generally without the salesman, but sell by only the decoration and display they will do, and the consumer will select the goods. That's why these supermarkets are known as self-service stores. Self-service stores are known as super bazaar and supermarket. Various products are arranged in well-marked divisions in open shelves, neatly packed, weight, price, quality, etc. Everything is marked, everything is clearly shown. They keep the wide variety, self-service, low prices, cash basis. Okay, you want to write? Okay, then please note down. Features of supermarket or super bazaar. One by one. Wide variety. See, super bazaars keep the wide variety of products. Different brand, different shade, different quantity, quality, everything they keep under one roof. Self-service. See, this is the point we can discuss, that these supermarkets have principle of self-service, which results in lower operating costs. Generally, what they do, they display the product. Customer will pick the product and keep in the trolley or card. Okay, so generally they have lower operating cost because they don't require the various salesmen and the persons who are selling the products, who are showing the products. So self-service point is there. Then low price. They purchase from the producers. Okay, and they sell their products at low prices. They work on cash basis, so there is no possibility of bad debts. If the organization is selling on cash only, it means there will be no credit sale. If there will be no credit sales, then there are no possibility of bad debts. And super bazaars are situated in the central place or to the mid of the city. Advantages: one roof and low cost, centralized location, wide variety. One roof, low cost means all the products are available at one place. Centralized location, people can easily approach there. Wide selection, they offer wide variety of different producers, different products, different shape, different size, different design, and they are able to supply the goods according to the requirement. Then no bad debts because cash and carry system is there, and it enjoys the benefit of large scale operations because generally super bazaars are selling on regular basis. Then some limitations: no credit facilities. Those persons who want to buy the goods on credit basis cannot get them. It restricts their purchasing power because they are not able to sell their goods even to the known customers. They sell on cash basis. Then no personal attention. As we discussed, there is no salesman, no person to attend you. You have to buy your products yourself. There are some persons are there who solve your doubts, but generally they don't have any sales. And the items which need personal attention may not be sold out. See, third point, mishandling of goods. There is no salesman. So what the customers do generally? They mishandle the product. Generally, carelessly they do. They take the product from one place, keep on another place, and sometimes they self try to open and check the product. So that is the reason of damage also. Then high overhead expenses. See, they are situated in the prime location, in the main market. So their rent is high, maintenance will be high. Because they have to decorate and display each and everything, that's why their administrative cost may also be high. Huge capital requirement. Say in supermarkets, generally establishment and running cost is very high because they have to invest more in stock, in decoration, in showroom. They have to keep wide variety, no? That's why. Vending machine tomorrow we will start. So today we completed these parts. First of all, two topics today we completed. That one is cooperative society, which is consumer cooperative society. Those are dealing in consumer goods, groceries, stationery, eatables, etc. Capital is raised by the members only, and it is based on democratic system because all the directors and other members are selected through election. It is registered under the Cooperative Society Act. Yes, it is easy to form because minimum 10 members can form the cooperative society, but all the members have limited liability, means their personal property will not be utilized. It is based on democratic principles. Some limitations are there. They don't have any initiative because they are not getting any benefit or any profit. Shortage of fund they always face. The lack of training and expertization because they are not doing the business on regular basis. Then supermarkets, those who work on self-service basis, provides the goods according to the requirement of the customers. Supermarket show the products in different divisions, arranged properly. They keep the wide variety. They work on self-service basis, provide goods on low price but on cash basis. They are situated in centrally located, they are in the central of the city. One roof, low cost, centralized location, wide selection, no bad debts, but some limitations. No one is there to attend you, no credit facilities. Customers can mishandle the goods, customers will not keep the goods properly, and huge capital required. See, capital requirement is very high.